The following is a presentation of KBEK Sports, local sports.
With the goal on the shorthander.
A Q Media Group production.
Are you kidding me? This is ridiculous. I mean, he can't miss.
Local high school sports.
Oh, it's knocked out. Oh boy, 1-0.
Also available for free on the Nice 95.5 mobile app or on the Q Media Group YouTube stream.
And he's off to the races. 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. He's gone!
Now to bring you the call, here's Ethan Game Day Gilman.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside St. Benedict's College for this afternoon's matchup here. We are in the basketball arena tonight, again this afternoon, for the Section 6 AA playoffs, and the first game of the afternoon sees your Milaca Wolves taking on the Royalton Royals. Once again, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Ethan Game Day Gilman, and joining me is the, Milaca expert. That is Andy Beckstrom. Andy, thanks so much for joining me.
Well, happy to be here. Should be an absolutely phenomenal matchup. If it's anything like last year's matchup, we're going to need a little heart check at the end of things.
Well, we just might, and I tell you what, I can't handle it anymore because I've had 3 days in a row of close games. My heart needs a break, but we'll get into more of that as we go forward here. We're going to go ahead and hear a word from our fine sponsors because without them, we would not be able to come out here and call you these games. We also wouldn't be able to bring you these games for free. So huge shout out to all of our fine sponsors. Go ahead and hear a word from them. Then we'll be back with more on the Here's the Pitch pregame show on KBEK.
The Classic Edge HDX from Center Boiler is the outdoor wood furnace for you.
This furnace can heat anything, your house, shop, greenhouse, even a pool, all with one Classic Edge HDX.
The Firestar combustion control takes all the worry and guesswork out of wood heating.
It automatically controls combustion for highest efficiency with any kind of firewood, and you can remotely monitor the furnace from anywhere.
Northland Boiler Sales, your local central boiler sales dealer. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics, a smile you will embrace forever.
Looking for bingo with a bang? Saturday, March 28th, 2 p.m. Gun Bingo at Doc Sports Bar and Grill in Sturgeon Lake. You get a chance to win firearms instead of cash. Yep, shotguns, rifles, pistols. Bingo! It's all for a great cause, supporting the East Central Spurs, a local chapter of Pheasants Forever. Great food, great fun, and prizes with a bang. Make a day of it. Visit DocSportsBarSturgeon.com to pre-register. Gun Bingo! Saturday, March 28th, Doc's in Sturgeon Lake.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM, Ethan Game Day Gilman and Andy Beckstrom out here at St. Benedict's College for this Section 6 AA matchup. Well, we're going to be here for 3 games right in a row, but the first game between the Royalton Royals and the Milaca Wolves. Andy, you and I were here last year for this same exact game, except it was the quarterfinals. Again, it was the night game, but Royalton was unbeaten at that time, and Milaca came out with like you mentioned, a heart-palpitating victory.
Oh, it was an absolutely tremendous game. It was not super close for the most part, but with probably about 5, 6, 7 minutes left to go in the game, kind of the, I don't want to say the heart and soul, but one of the main keys to the defensive effort that Milaca brings to the table, Annabelle Gothman, fouled out of the game. And you want to talk about a huge loss. Now they've lost part of their offense. They've lost a big part of their defense, and now they don't have, like, where does the threat go? You know, where do they go? And all of a sudden, what was a 15-ish point game now all of a sudden got a little tighter, and pretty soon it's like, all right, is Milaca going to score again? And it got real tight, real fast, to the point that I believe that I don't remember who it was that shot it, but it was one of the big guns for Royalton had an opportunity to be able to hit a 3 at the horn, which would have sent it to overtime, and it clanked off the rim. and Milaca went to the section championship, and it just absolutely a tremendous matchup and a thrilling finish against, Royalton was undefeated, as you mentioned, and you want to talk about having all of the weapons, and Royalton goes pretty deep. They got a little bit, more on their bench to be able to, come in with, and they gave it everything that they could, and Milaca was able to withstand that hit.
Yeah, it was a really fun game to be a part of, and yes, I misspoke. It was the semifinals, but that was just a phenomenal game, and then they made it to the championship game where they played against Sauk Center, and you and I had kind of called it from that championship game. We actually kind of watched the game before where Sauk Center played, but they had kind of two twin towers there where both were, 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", something like that. But Milaca just had trouble with those two, and they kind of took over the championship game, unfortunately, but still a phenomenal performance put on by Milaca. But this year, Milaca, the number 1 seed in the playoffs this year, and what a year for this Milaca team. They were the number 2 team in section all year long, but they had a phenomenal run to end the season. I think they won something like 11 in a row to end the regular season, beating Albany once again, beating Foley on the road, and they didn't just beat Foley, they took it to Foley, so they overtook the number 1 seed in the playoffs, and man, it just kind of continues from last year. And if you look at this team, while their numbers scoring may not blow you out of the water, it's the defense, and the defense has been phenomenal once again.
Absolutely, just a smothering defense. They're very, very aggressive defensively. It's not just that they play well man-to-man and get a hand in the face and the things like that, but they're not afraid that if you kind of bring that ball down to about waist level, maybe midsection, and you're kind of looking around for where you're going to go with it, they're going to reach out and take that ball right out of your hands. They're not afraid to pick up fouls, which they've gotten away with a lot. I'm not saying gotten away with fouls, but they've gotten away with not getting into foul trouble a lot. But they're not afraid of, if they get into foul trouble, that's fine. We'll bring in somebody else. We'll bring them in. Again, that was part of the crux of the issue last year, was that it was the two Gothmans are primarily where the offense comes. And if you end up losing one of them, defensively, Royalton can then just circle everybody else up and be able to double team the other Gothman, be able to take away Taylor. What's really helped Milaca this year has been the development of Azalea Tesh, still a youngster, but gets some major playing time as a freshman. Has been part of the starting lineup, and she's fearless, not afraid to be able to get after it. And then a little bit of scoring coming in off the bench with people like Taylor Bachhoven has really kind of developed that game a little bit. We talked earlier in the season when they lost to Foley. Coach Haas even said that they're going to need to have some of that scoring coming off the bench. They usually bring in Bachhoven and Gianna Bolt. Both of them lockdown defenders, so it doesn't stop with that starting lineup defensively. But they needed to find somewhere where more offense was going to come from. And that's really, in my mind, that's going to be the story of the game. If they can stay out of foul trouble, I don't know who beats this team. Sauk Center is going to be really good. That's going to be a tremendous game, just like it was last year if they were to get to that point. But anybody else in the section, even that Foley matchup, it was surprising to see them kind of struggle. They couldn't score at the end is kind of really what happened. But if they can stay out of foul trouble, now that they've developed a little bit more bench scoring and a little bit more depth with that, I'm telling you, it's an awfully hard team to be able to beat, and I would anticipate we're going to see a couple more games from these girls.
I would as well. And you mentioned that Foley game early in the season. You and I actually had the opportunity to call that one together. And, they just couldn't seem to find any scoring at the end of that game, which was interesting because the first half was pretty darn good, but it almost felt like they kind of forgot who they were and just had a little bit of kind of a lapse. And as the season went along, they really started to figure that out once again. And those players like a Kylie Johnson, who is able to hit from outside, she's been a big key to this team, because when the Gothmans maybe get into a little foul trouble or are being doubled by defenders, they're able to kick it out to Johnson, and she's able to hit it from anywhere outside the perimeter. Good luck stopping her when she's on a roll. And that has been one of the big keys to this squad as well, is, hey, if the Gothmans are having an off night, which is rare, let's be honest.
Right.
They're able to kick it to Johnson, and she's able to take those shots. Bolt is another one who's able to hit it from outside. You got Bachhoven, who isn't afraid to drive the lane. And that's what's impressive about her is, she comes in off the bench, maybe doesn't get the minutes that you'd expect, but her minutes on the court are so impactful for this team that it makes such a huge difference when she is out there. It is felt by the entire team. As we take a look at the section, Royalton at the number 9 seed, they beat St. Cloud Cathedral, who was a tough out. They beat them 60-56. Milaca was able to run over Maple Lake in the first round, 71-36. But Andy, I look at the back half of this season, and it's just been so impressive for this Milaca squad. The run that they have been on, now extending their streak to 12 after that first round win. You mentioned how we kind of all pretty much feel like this is probably going to be a long run for Milaca in the playoffs. We don't anticipating it ending anytime soon. And how have they been able, though, and how do you as a team sustain that type of run, especially when they don't go super deep on the bench?
Yeah, and that's the thing. They don't go super deep, and that's where like the foul trouble really is a huge factor, and that's something we're going to be monitoring as the game goes along. But I think that's really kind of what it's come down to, is they've been able to stay out of foul trouble, which is remarkable to me with as aggressive as a defense that they do play. But if they stay out of foul trouble, the Gothmans they have such good cardio, and they've played so many games, they don't generally come out of the game for more than a minute or two. And so they stay out there all the time. Coach Haas is going to try to rotate people through, try to be able to keep them fresh, but that's really, kind of what it's been. The development, as you mentioned, of, Johnson with a little bit of perimeter shooting, being able to get some contributions from a Tegan Taylor and Azalea Tesh, take some of that pressure off of them a little bit, and they can still, they're still, again, I would anticipate both Gothmans will probably have 20 points in it, but it takes the pressure off of them to have to score a bunch. They can do what they're going to do best, which is going to be mostly on the defensive side of things, which is weird to say, when somebody scores 30 points, it really defensively is where they're key.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying, that like if they can stay out of foul trouble, that's really what's been kind of their key. You know what I mean? They can go on long runs. They can be able to get a bunch of wins in a row because they have that confidence, and now they have the confidence with more than just two girls.
Yeah.
Especially Tesh, and especially some of that perimeter shooting with a couple of girls that you had mentioned. Like, that's a huge factor that, like, okay, it's not all on one or two people.
Right.
Like, I'm not going to say balance, but you can go another direction. If you get a double team on the perimeter on Annabelle Gothman, she can kick that around and be able to get something set up. Double team is going to have somebody open. And
Yes.
if that's going to be inside, they'll kick that into Azalea Tesh. She'll do a little drop step on somebody, fire it out to the perimeter. Johnson will knock down a three. Boom, now we're back on defense and trying to get a steal.
Yeah, and we talk about this defense, and there's a physicality to it as well. And you mentioned how Annabelle plays all over, as does her sister Madison. Well, she also plays on the football team. And there's a little bit of physicality that comes from that. She's a pretty darn good running back and linebacker for the Milaca Wolves. So there is absolutely no fear coming from this squad. And I think that's been also a huge key, is the fact that they're so confident in their play. There really is no fear of, okay, well, this happened. We're going to go back and get it back anyways. So I think that's been one of the biggest things this year, is they're playing with so much confidence that despite any troubles they may have at any point in the game, they're able to withstand that and come back and just say, okay, well, let's just move on and go get the next one. So it's been really impressive to watch this team and the run that they have been on. We'll quick time to take a look at the season that it has been for Royalton. As I mentioned, they got the 9 seed, beat St. Cloud Cathedral in the first round. They finished the season 16-10, 9-5 in section play, scoring about 62 points per game. Their defense, though, Andy, is also pretty good, only allowing about 50 points per game. So we've got two teams whose defenses are pretty darn good. So this is going to be interesting, because Royalton, I think, last year was one of the higher scoring offenses in this section. This year, more of a defensive team. It'll be interesting to see, I think, early on, is how quickly can Milaca set the tone. I think will be one of the biggest keys.
And we'll know within the first minute of the game how they set that tone. It's going to be, I'm more interested in how the officials set that tone. But, we'll know immediately if Royalton is able to kind of break through some press. And I'm not just talking about, like, trapping in the corners or anything like that. Like, we're going to have, like, full court press, but we're going to have ball on ball.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to be right up in your face. It's not going to be shy type of pressure either. And so that's, I think, going to be kind of the key to see how that first couple minutes go. We'll have a pretty clear view of how this game is going to go within the first couple of minutes. And I would anticipate Milaca is going to try very hard to get some turnovers, get some quick buckets, get some transition game going, build up like maybe a 10, 15-point lead well before halftime, just to kind of not necessarily go on cruise control, but force Royalton into a game that they don't want to play.
Exactly. Well, that is going to do it for our Here's the Pitch pregame show. We're going to go ahead and take a word from our fine sponsors. We'll let the national anthem be played. We'll come back, hopefully have your starting lineups by then, and then we will get ready for tip-off here at St. Benedict's for Section 6AA Girls Playoff Basketball.
At First National Bank of Milaca, with offices in Milaca, Isle, Gilman, and Zimmerman, they pride themselves on providing small-town, personalized customer service with updated technology solutions that allow you to bank with them anytime, anywhere, whether you value calling or stopping in to talk to a real live banker, or value the convenience of online or mobile banking. They've got you covered. If you're looking for a bank that cares about you or your community, come to First National Bank at one of their 4 branch offices. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Configuring the Bluetooth, deciding who controls the music, remembering where you parked. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your vehicle doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like remembering if you're on the 3rd or 4th level of the parking garage. That's simple human sense.
Your local auto owner's agent is Pine Insurance Agency. Get your quote today at pineagency.us. Pineagency.us.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Don't worry, Hones can fix you up. Butch, Christie, and the crew at Hones Auto Body and Glass have over 44 years of experience repairing vehicles from accidents and damage due to hail. In fact, they've got a huge state-of-the-art facility in Mora, are iCar and ASC certified, and certified in aluminum repair and welding. Plus, Hones is recommended by many insurance companies. Hones Auto Body and Glass. In Mora, Hones. They'll fix you up right.
Hi, Rob.
Hey, why have you been so happy lately?
It's because I no longer pay for hot water.
What? You have 4 teenagers that take all-day showers. How do you not pay for hot water?
Well, I put in a central boiler outdoor furnace that heats my house, my garage, and now I have virtually endless free hot water.
Wow, that's great. With my 10 kids, I'll really save some money. Where do I get a furnace?
Check with your local central boiler dealer, of course.
Northland Boiler Sales, your local central boiler sales dealer. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer. That signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Are you looking for the perfect way to promote your business? Custom apparel's the answer, and tdealers.com makes it easy. Let's build your brand together. From the design stage to production, we are on your team to create gear that gets noticed. Whether you're building a brand or repping your business, we got your back. High quality merch, fast turnaround, and no stress. So go to tdealers.com and check out our winter sweatshirt special.
Are you tired of spending your weekends on yard work? Central Outdoor Services in Pine City is your complete solution for all things outdoors. From perfectly manicured lawns to stunning landscaping and patio installations, we've got you covered. Need a boulder wall, some light dirt work, a fire pit, or even reliable snow removal in the winter? We do that too. Central Outdoor Services is here to give you back your free time so you can enjoy your yard instead of working on it. Visit centraloutdoormn.com to learn more or give us a call today.
Are you ready to get back to doing what you love? Whether it's recovering from an injury or preventing one, Wellia Health Sports Medicine Team is here to help. From kids to adults, we specialize in treating sports injuries, including concussions. We're here to get you back to peak performance. Call us today at 320-679-1313 or schedule an appointment through MyChart. Visit welliahealth.org.
Back here on KBEK, and it is time for your starting lineups here for this Section 6AA quarterfinal matchup. Starting for the Royalton Royals, It will be number 1, Chloe Reedy. Number 2, Haley Wolbeck. Number 3, Madison Albright. Number 4, Emily Block. And number 12, Daiquiri Rodeski. On the other side for your Milaca Wolves, it will be number 2, Kylie Johnson. Number 5, Tegan Taylor. Number 10, Annabelle Gothman. 22, Madison Gothman. And 33, Azalea Tesh. Well, here we go. Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard shows 18 minutes up on the scoreboard. Embrace Orthodontics has 3 locations: Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. Find out more at embracemn.com. Wolves, Royals, ready to go at it in this quarterfinal matchup. Wolves going to be in the all black. The white numbers outlined in red, the red letters outlined in white. The bottom red sleeve on the shorts with some white and red piping. Royals in the all white. The maroon letters and numbers outlined in gold. The maroon striping down the side of the jersey and short. We are ready for tip-off, and we are underway, and the Royals will win the tip. It's going to come here near side, and they'll go forward. So we're facing east, and that is the direction the Royals will go to try and score. On the near side, the kick there, now underneath to Wolbeck. Wolbeck trying to drive baseline. It was blocked, and it will go out of bounds, but an early tone setter there by Azalea Tesh.
Good help side defense on that one, as Gothman was right on top of her and being able to limit what she was doing, but Azalea Tesh drifted off just enough to be able to knock that one out of bounds.
Here's Reedy. Andy, we remember Reedy from last year. She is a very talented, agile player, but she is fast as well.
She is super young, too. Is she a freshman? Yeah, she's a freshman now, so last year she was an 8th grader dominating.
Rodeski hits the 2 there for Royalton to score first, and meanwhile, the Wolves will come this way. Now to the west basket. Pass here to Gothman. That's Madison. She now looks to Tesh. Tesh inside. Kicks out Kylie Johnson. Nearly stolen away by Reedy. She did a lot of that last year, too. Meanwhile, pull it back down does Taylor. Now to Annabelle. Annabelle looks for a screen from Tesh, trying to get around the defender. Comes on this near side. That ball inside. It will be stolen away by Reedy. Bunch of hands in the way that time. So Reedy will bring it forward. She's got a young lady wide open on the far side. Albright, a long 3 is going to be too hard on that one. Rebounded by Rodeski, and it'll be knocked out of bounds. It will stay with the Royals.
Good looking 3 there from the corner. Milaca trying to be able to get their offensive set going. Didn't really have anything set, but trying to be able to get something established now defensively.
Meanwhile, the Royals get it inbounded. It's with Albright at the moment. Now they kick outside Reedy. She had to pull that one down, otherwise it was going out of bounds. Yeah, I mean, that was impressive. Now a floater towards the basket. It is going to be no good. Poked out and rebounded there. I think that was Albright who pulled it back in, but stolen away. Guess who? Annabelle Gothman.
Chased down a rebound into the corner with 2 Gothmans. See how that's going to work out.
That is blocked out of bounds, and that, I believe, was Rodeski who got the block. And now we will see a couple of young ladies sub in, 21 and 30. We'll get you those names in just a moment.
Emma Ward and Bethany Palanch.
So Emma Ward. Meanwhile, a 3.
Annabelle Gothman able to withstand that. She got blocked previously, but able to come back and get that bucket.
So the Wolves are right back into it. Meanwhile, this shot well off the mark, and Kylie Johnson's going to get a rebound now for the Wolves. Coming back the other way, it's Annabelle Gothman. Drives inside, kicks back outside. Here's Tegan Taylor. That one's just off the mark, a little too strong. And this rebound's going to be knocked. No, they're going to call a foul here on the Wolves on Johnson. It's her first, team's first. 15:54 in this first half to go. Student section already getting into it here for Milaca. You may not be able to hear them across the mic on our end, but we can certainly hear them getting into it, and love to see that. We're going to get a jump ball, man. Azalea Tesh absolutely ripping at that ball.
Again, another one of those. Emma Ward got herself all the way deep, got herself into a bad spot on the floor where you're underneath the basket. Got that ball kind of at her waist like we talked about before. And Azalea Tesh, hands on the ball. Look, it's going to be ours now.
So the Wolves get it back off the jump ball. Here's Madison Gothman. Give up to now Annabelle. She'll cross the court, come near side. Annabelle will now try and drive to the lane. And, got a few defenders to fall. The floater is in for two. What a play by Annabelle.
What a move there. She shook free and easy little quick jump shot there as she had nobody anywhere close.
What a basket there from Annabelle Gothman. Now top key here to Palanch. This ball is up for grabs. Somehow the Royals come down with it, and now Reedy's wide open for three. That's going to be too strong, but back into the hands of Wolbeck for the rebound. She'll kick now here to Albright. Top of the key, three from Palanch. That's going to be no good, but once again they get a rebound. This time it's Ward. This time it is going to be Gothman with the rebound. Annabelle Gothman will bring it forward on this far side now. She'll kick back on this near side, trying to go to Madison, but that was easily read by Wolbeck for the steal. But now not going to get an late whistle there.
That's a late, yeah. It looked like it was going to be a reach and potentially a foul, but they waited an awful long time to be able to blow that whistle on that one. But probably a good whistle. It's hard to say from this angle, being the opposite end of the court. We're on the baseline here, so the opposite end. A little bit tough, but at the same time, when you don't hear that whistle immediately, you think, okay, well, maybe she just got the ball or something.
Right. So the first one here from Olbeck, no good. This one will be good. So 1 of 2, it's 5-3. And Andy, it still looks like early on both teams trying to settle into this one. Doesn't quite look like either side has really knocked the proverbial playoff rust off yet. They're still playing through some nerves, but still the defenses are showing up.
Well, I think this is going to kind of go back to a comment that I think I even made last year in this game. It's really going to depend who settles in first.
Well, here's Madison Gothman, pass out to Annabelle. That's going to be no good. Easily rebounded there by Wolbeck, and now she's trying to get around Annabelle. She does for a moment. Kick on the far side. That is long on the three, and Annabelle Gothman, that will be an easy rebound for her. And now we're going to get a foul here on Royalton.
I like that move there by Annabelle. She got that rebound, and she immediately turned up court. It's like, nope, we're going to push the pace. We're going to get out and run and be able to force that foul that somebody's trying to be able to play from behind.
So now into the game will be 32 for the Royals.
Megan Palanch.
So she's into the game now. Also, Radeski checked back in.
Depth is going to be a key here. We talked about foul trouble, but also conditioning is already Royalton going to the bench. Milaca is yet to go to the bench, but they usually go about 7 deep.
Here's Madison Gothman on the pass from Tesh. That pass came up short, but Madison went after it. Annabelle. Annabelle will now give to Johnson. That's Taylor, rather. She'll give back to Annabelle. It was tipped. It will not be an over and back because it was tipped. And now Annabelle has to put one up from long range. Are you kidding me? Annabelle Gothman at the buzzer.
Just a little casual crossover from about 1.5 feet behind the college three-point line, just burying it.
What a shot that was. And you talk about the confidence, Andy. Well, I think that's going to be one to help them settle in. Here's Reedy. She's going to go and take it from right about where Annabelle did. She almost got it, but it just rims out, and Annabelle will get the rebound. She'll push it up to Madison. Madison will now go across the court to Taylor. Taylor back to Annabelle now, top of the key. Annabelle will drift to this near side. She looks at Madison. That's where she'll go with it. They want to go inside to Tesh. Tesh was guarded well, but good pass. Now kick outside to Taylor. Taylor will look at the top of the key. She'll drive to this near side. There's nothing doing there, so she'll bounce pass back to Annabelle. Annabelle will look. She'll look for a screen from Tesh, trying to drive inside. There's a double team there, so she has to go back to Madison. Madison will now look. Madison looks for a screen, trying to drive inside. The lob shot is good.
Again, just getting to an open spot, throwing something up towards the rim, and feeling confident about it. We talked before. I said it last year. I'll say it again this year. The team that settles in is going to get like a 10, 15-point lead. Milaca so far seems like they're going to be settled in early.
This one into Wolbeck. She lost it for a moment. Give outside to Reedy. She's guarded by Taylor. She'll now drive inside. Try and put up a floater. That was interesting shot there from Reedy. Didn't look like quite a good look, but still got to the basket anyways. But it was rebounded by Milaca. They'll go inside. Tesh was left alone, and then she turned it over to Wolbeck.
I don't know that she realized that there was nobody behind her.
Yeah, I don't think she did either, as Wolbeck will take it all the way for two. Yeah, because she could have had an easier bucket, but unfortunately just did not realize how open she was. So 10-5 now. Tesh will get the pass up the court. She'll bring it forward. Nearly had it stolen away by Wolbeck, and she'll give back to Madison. Madison now to Johnson. Johnson underneath, drops it in.
Really nice move there by Kylie Johnson. My concern on that play initially was she was going to get herself too deep. We've seen it with Royalton. You get underneath the basket, and then you're trapped. But she did a great job staying on that baseline, but still being able to stay in front of the hoop.
Oh, Wobeck, nice move inside. She draws the foul. That was a good move inside. Defense got there, but a little too much contact that time. Annabelle will pick up her first, team's third.
Wobeck was 1 and 2 at the line in her previous attempts.
And that one's going to be good. Make it 12-6, and we get another substitution here. I think that's number 4. So Emily Block is back into the game. And Wobeck, that one's good as well. So both free throws are in. It's 12-7 now. Wolves still with the lead. Just under 11 minutes to go. Madison Gothman, one-on-one with the defender. She gets up past half court now to Kylie Johnson. You're going to try and go again. Had it. Oh, they're going to call a foul here on Wobeck.
There's a lot of excitement until that whistle came.
Yeah, they thought she had the block, but not going to be the case as she's going to get called for the foul. So now Kylie Johnson will shoot 2. And Kylie Johnson, despite the air ball chant from a fan, drops it straight on through. Beautiful shots there from Johnson, makes them both, and it's 14-7. And Andy, how important are those free throws in a game like this, in a playoff setting?
Oh, they're absolutely critical. You got to hit them early to be able to hit them late because your legs get tired as the game goes along, and if you don't take advantage, it'll catch up to you.
Well, Chloe Reedy, speaking of catching up, she just hit a big-time 3 there, and now it's 14-10. And Andy, early on, we have seen, unfortunately, for Milaca, Chloe Reedy has gotten open more times than not, which will be something to keep an eye on. Meanwhile, here's Johnson. A lot of hand checking there. She'll go inside to Tesh. Now to a cutting Annabelle Gothman, who drops it in for 2.
I thought she was going to dunk it right there. It was a great cut by both her and Johnson.
Yeah.
Both of them, or Taylor rather, both of them cut to the basket at the right spot. You had the option of either one of them.
Another 3. That's going to go long, right into the hands of Johnson. More or less a pass, it looked like. Madison will go up the court now to Taylor. Taylor will give back to Annabelle. Annabelle at the top of the key gives to Madison. Madison
talked
looks.
about Reedy being on target. Albright now 0 for 3.
And this shot from Madison, no good. Meanwhile, here's Royalton with it. Reedy trying to get around Madison. There's nothing there, so she'll give over to Wobeck. She's going to try the 3. That's going to be off the mark, but it is, well, rebounded, they're going to say, by Ward. Now we're going to get a jump ball, so it stays with the Royals.
Good, again, a weak side pressure. Johnson kind of drifted down. The rebound came down into the hands of Ward, but just she brought that ball down, and it just, not easy pickings, but you put that in that area, you're going to get a chance.
Well, Bethany Palash left that one real short, and she was wide open, but that will allow the Wolves to get the rebound. It was Madison Gothman. Madison Gothman at the top of the key. She'll lob it over here to Kylie. Kylie Johnson over to Taylor. Taylor over to Annabelle. Annabelle in this near side corner for 3. Madison, it's just off the mark. Rebound will wind up in the hands there of Albright. So here comes Wobeck back with it. 16-10 is our score. On the far side, Reedy again open from 3, and she drills it.
That's going to be a problem all night long. Milaca has settled back into a 2-3 zone, basically forcing perimeter jump shots. And if Royalton's going to hit them, Milaca's going to have to adjust.
Yeah, they're going to have to adjust real quick because Reedy has all of a sudden found her rhythm now. She's hit her last 2. Meanwhile, here's a pass on this near side. Madison Gothman trying to get in a rhythm herself, but there's Annabelle who gets the rebound. She's fouled as she put it up. She'll go and shoot 2.
There are not many people that can not only get that rebound but set their feet and get another shot up that quickly, and that's what drew that foul.
Madison Albright will pick up her first. First one, good. And that's going to make it a 4-point lead again, but you mentioned how critical these free throws are. They have played a factor here in this first half. Annabelle's good on both. So two for 2. Make it 18-13. And now we'll get a timeout. It'll be a first timeout here for the Royals. And while they take one, we will as well. Back after word from our fine sponsors.
ECE Fiber Internet. the best choice for you. Affordable packages for home and business with reliable service and no hidden fees. ECE Fiber, connecting you to what matters most. Visit orderecefiber.com. That's ORDERECEFIBER.com.
In service to one, in service to all, for over 100 years, the Pine City Knights of Columbus has donated thousands of dollars and volunteered countless hours to many great programs in the Pine City community. Stay tuned for more information about their upcoming events. They need your support at these events to help raise funds for the continued support of these programs.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM KBEK. Ethan Game Day Gilman, Andy Beckstrom out here at St. Benedict's College in their gymnasium for this Section 6 AA playoff matchup between the Royalton Royals and your Milaca Wolves. Andy, I mentioned to you, we've kind of got a lot of rematches today, this being one of them. Again, we talked about it in the pregame, but both these teams faced off in the semifinals last year. Royalton undefeated at the time, and Milaca came away with the victory there in a thrilling game.
Yeah, absolutely tremendous game. It was a game similar to this where Milaca jumped out to a lead. Things got tight in the second half after some foul trouble, and Royalton made it a game. I'm interested to see how this is going to play out now that Chloe Reedy is dialed in a little earlier.
Yeah, we'll see. And not nearly a steal. It's going to roll to Reedy. Well, some way she's going to get the ball, I guess. Meanwhile, here's a three from Palash, and that's going to be off the mark. And somehow Ward pulls that one in. Now we've got a ball up for grabs, and you know who's going to get that. It's going to be Milaca. It gets to Madison Gothman. Madison Gothman fighting through a bunch of contact, drops it in for two.
Just a great fight there between Taylor and Gothman, being able to just keep that possession of that basketball and be able to get it across Gothman, just waiting for the defense to fly by.
Meanwhile, Royalton has it back. Now it's a 20-13 lead. They'll give it back here to Palash now underneath to, she must have got her in the head because I didn't see much there on Tesh. I'm guessing she got her in the head because I didn't see much contact other than that.
Yeah, I didn't really see much of anything there. And if you're starting to look at more off-the-ball type of fouls because you have three officials, that's going to potentially play a role as well. Got to be clean, got to be smart.
Meanwhile, pass is inbounded now to the top of the key. They're gonna try and continue to shoot from three. This is smacked out, and it's going to be Wolbeck who will chase it down. But, that pass goes out of bounds, and it will go back to Milaca. Great defense there, but what a great defensive play there for Milaca, forcing that ball out. But all of a sudden, Andy, it looks like the Royals do not want to give this ball inside. They've been kind of exclusively shooting from three as of late.
They have been, I don't know if settling is the right word for it, but they have been leaning into, we're going to go ahead and shoot it from the perimeter and be able to hit some of those. And if you hit some, that's going to be a game changer for Royalton.
It will inside. This ball is no good. It's going to be out of bounds. They're going to say it will be Royalton ball. So that was knocked out by the Wolves. They were trying to get that rebound after the missed shot there, fighting for it, but it's knocked out by the Wolves. So here come the Royals. It's Reedy with it. Reedy will bring it forward. She gets by one, but then she's into a double team real quick. Here's Wolbeck trying to go underneath, but there is Annabelle Gothman knocking that one out of bounds. And that's the thing with these Gothmans. They may play a few feet behind you, but they're so quick and know where the ball is going to go. And they're so smart with that they jump right in front of the pass, and you're thinking you got an open look. And
I'm glad you mentioned the smart part of it, too, because that's a huge factor that they know where they can be and still get to where they need to be. And that was definitely one of those plays that, that's fine, I'll knock it out of bounds, we'll play more defense.
Well, they did the same thing right there again, knocking it out of bounds on the inbound. So they'll give Royalton another opportunity. Reedy at the top of the key mishandles that dribble, then goes to the basket. That's going to be no good, and Tesh will pull in the rebound, her first of the afternoon. Here comes Annabelle Gothman, trying to get around one defender. Gives it on the near side to Taylor. She almost lost it, and man, she pulls it back, but Reedy is providing a ton of pressure, and you get a foul there on Reedy.
A little body foul there on Reedy, and I like the aggressive play there by Chloe Reedy, the youngster. Go ahead and get up in her face. She mishandled it once. Be able to see if you can force another mistake on that one, kind of risk reward. I'm not upset about that foul.
No. Inbound goes to Annabelle Gothman. She'll drift to the far side now, trying to get around the defender, and did not go too far to get herself into a trap. Now gives to Madison, now to Taylor. Taylor at the top of the key. She'll look. She'll give inside to Tesh. Tesh runs into a little bit of traffic. Lost the ball for a moment. Got it back. Give underneath to Annabelle. Annabelle drops. Oh, my goodness. That should have went in, and it didn't. Annabelle's going to get the rebound anyways. Now to Madison. Madison at the top of the key. She looks, gives on the far side. There to Kylie Johnson. Madison going to drive, try and give it to Tesh. It goes through her hands, out to Tegan Taylor for a long, I think that might have been a 3 actually, but it's going to be
a good-looking shot though.
Yeah, Radeski will get the rebound, and the ball will go back to the Royals. Here's Reedy trying to get about around 1, now gives out to Albright. In the corner 3, that is just off the mark, and Kylie Johnson pulled that down. Wow. That was an impressive rebound, Andy.
I love that type of aggressive play because you know that the way that you play defense, they're going to try to do the same thing to you, and so you get a chance to be able to keep that ball, tear that out of their hands.
She did just that. Meanwhile, Tesh holds the ball inside. We're going to get a 3-second lane violation here on Milaca, so the ball will go back to Royalton.
Turnovers so far very close, 4-3. Royalton is limiting turnovers. That was something that came up last year.
Yeah.
That Milaca was able to take advantage and jump out to a lead. Milaca does have a lead of 7, but at the same time, Royalton is staying in this because they're hitting some big shots and they're not having a lot of turnovers.
Meanwhile, a trap was set there. They were able to get out of it. They're almost going to get 3 around one player. That's blocked. She is going to have 3 around her. And now Madison just says, give me that. Well, she didn't grab it fully. She tied it up enough for a jump ball, and the possession arrow points the way of the Wolves.
Again, that just aggressive, smothering defense. And the basketball smarts to know, you're in a bad spot, so I'm going to ramp that up a little bit more. And, of course, Gothman getting that honey badger mentality, just reaching and grabbing that ball.
Again, the perfect nickname for her, the honey badger. Meanwhile, here is Madison. She'll drive, pull-up jumper, just off the edge of the rim, and rebounded there by Wolbeck.
Really nice drive there on that one. It opened up beautifully to her left.
Good-looking shot, but just couldn't get it to fall.
As they say, not all good shots fall and not all bad shots miss.
No. Meanwhile, Annabelle Gothman inside, guarding Ward really well. She gives up a little size to Ward, but, man, Gothman did not give ground.
That's the foul that they call. There is 2 or 3 little bump chest, little pushing and shoving there.
So this is going to be Ward at the line to shoot 2, 20-13, 4:33 to go in the first half. We've got a pretty fast-moving first half. That one, no good. So this first half moving along pretty well.
2 fouls now on Annabelle Gothman, and not foul trouble, but I'm a little surprised to not see Haas go to this bench to be able to bring in somebody to just make sure she doesn't pick up another one.
Ward hits 1 of 2. And speaking of the bench, he hasn't gotten to the bench at all here yet in the first half, Andy. So these are still the starting 5 out there.
Royalton's got 8 deep already. Milaca, just the 5.
Meanwhile, the inbound pass, they'll get it, then chuck it up the court to Taylor, now to Gothman. Madison Gothman. She works at the top of the key, trying to get around Wolbeck. That was good defense there by Wolbeck. Now on the far side for Taylor for 3. Going to be off the mark. And Tesh goes up aggressive for that rebound. It's going to roll out of bounds and stay with the Wolves. What a rebound there for Tesh.
A really nice possession there for the Wolves. Good ball rotation. Really good decision there by Taylor to be able to pull the trigger on that one. And a good rebound, as you mentioned, by Tesh, just tearing that one down.
Inbound will lob it into Madison Gothman, and then it goes through the hands of Tesh. Reedy with the steal. Reedy's got the speed. She's going to take it all the way. Stops on a dime and lets Madison stroll on by. And
I don't know how she kept her foot there.
That's kind of what I was wondering. 20-16, and this is kind of, as of these last 2 possessions, been the exact opposite for Milaca. It's kind of looking like Royalton's playing Milaca's game. But here's Annabelle hard to the basket. She misses on that one, but she'll go to the line and shoot 2 anyways. Those are ones Annabelle will not be too pleased with because she wants to drop those in.
Key to this one, not only the fact that she's upset going to the line, but that is now going to be 3 on Wolbeck, who has played the entire first half so far.
Well, Annabelle, that is her first miss from the free throw line. And Wolbeck might, at this point, be their best defender, too.
Yes.
Annabelle drops in the second, so she only misses 1 there. It's 21-16. We have under now 3.5 minutes to go. Reedy gets by 1. She almost had it poked out. She dives on top of it, and now Madison Gothman just says, you ain't going to hold it too long from us. She'll try and drive. Oh, nice move inside by Madison. The little pump fake drive for 2.
Little stutter step, kind of use that little Euro step that's been now legal the last couple of years, which is bewildering to me. But use it to your advantage, and she does it better than so many people.
Meanwhile, they're trying to find a perimeter shot. Reedy again, and that's good. Well,
again, Reedy is hitting. She's now 3 of 5 from beyond the arc, and that's a huge thing for Royalton to be able to knock down those shots and not let Milaca be able to get away with this.
Well, and that's the big thing. You mentioned it. She is 3 for 5, and you could see that one coming, though, Andy. They were trying to find that perimeter shot. It just wound up being Reedy was the open player. Meanwhile, here's Madison Goffman. She'll look, give it. Oh, Reedy read that. She knew it was coming. She's trying to get around Madison Goffman. Madison says, well, not so fast. And meanwhile, this rebound, oh, she's going to get it back. It was smacked right to her. And so, wow. This Reedy young lady is insanely impressive.
That freshman is no lack of hustle at all whatsoever.
Not at all. 23-21 all of a sudden with 2:10 to go. And this near side corner of 3 is going to be no good. Wolbeck's going to pull it down. Smart job there by Johnson to not go aggressive after that one. She would have been called for a foul.
Madison Goffman normally pretty solid from downtown, is 0 for 3 so far.
Well, here's the thing, though, Andy. When she gets it to fall, good luck.
Yeah.
Because then
absolutely.
it's over. Meanwhile, we've got a foul here now on Milaca. This will be, I didn't see who it was on.
2 on Tesh.
Okay.
Yep. So, again, not really foul trouble, but, again, minute 50. And now it's a tough spot, too, because now it's a 2-point game.
Right.
My thought was, like, now maybe you bring in Jana Bolt and Taylor Bachhoven, be able to limit the foul troubles in the last minute and a half. But now with a tie ball game, you almost can't do that.
Megan Palanche hits it, and we're tied at 23. Andy, this is kind of how the second half went last year in the game because it was all Milaca in the first half. This looks much like what the second half was like last year between these two teams. But let's face it, at this point in the playoffs, you're not going to face a team you're just going to blow out of the water either.
Yeah.
Here's Annabelle Goffman. She'll give to Tesh. Now to Madison. Madison driving around, kick underneath the Tesh. You know, I'm a little surprised Madison didn't just take that to the basket herself. Wolbeck with the rebound. Ooh.
A little bit of hard feelings there after
that.
that.
Wolbeck is going to have to watch it because if she says anything more, we're probably going to see a tech.
It was awfully close to a couple of different turnovers there as Tesh was reaching and Annabelle was reaching. They were trying to get that basketball back. Credit Wolbeck did a great job not turning that ball over, but she kind of, I think a good smart play there by the coach. She was like, all right, we'll let you kind of cool off right here now for the final minute.
Yeah, that might be the best, and she was not too happy with that. Meanwhile, we did get a travel on Royalton, so Milaca's going to get this ball back. And Kylie Johnson at the top of the key, she had an open look, did not take it. She instead cuts the basket. Good feed there.
Beautiful
from Tesh.
play. I wanted her to take that 3, but that's an even better play there.
Yeah.
Nice little give and go right down the lane.
Now for Milaca, I know you don't want to just specifically do this to not allow a 3, but you got to be aware of Reedy.
Oh, you almost have to change what you're doing. And that's going to be that's a third foul now on Tesh. And that's kind of where I was talking about, like for that final minute, you almost want to take out the 2 players that have 2. And now Bachhoven's going to come in.
Yeah, now he's forced
to prevent 4, but at the same time, like you kind of wanted to prevent that third one altogether.
And that's a tough foul too, Andy, because it's that rebound or that free throw is going to roll out, rebounded by Bachhoven, so that's no good for Reedy. But yeah, that's such a tough foul too because it's not like she initiated the contact either, but it's just her leg kind of caught Reedy, and we'll see a 3 attempt here from Taylor, and that one's going to be knocked out of bounds, we're going to say, by Milaca. So I like the fact that Milaca keeps going and looking from 3, but just so far they haven't been super successful. Only 2 this afternoon. Here's a lob from Reedy. That's going to be no good. Annabelle will get it, and that will be the end of our first half. Well, it has been an interesting first half. It's been close, but the Wolves did have all the advantage at one point, but give credit to the Royals. They have made it a game late in this one. So that'll be it for our first half of play here at St. Benedict's for this first game of Section 6AA quarterfinal matchups. And we're going to go ahead and hear a word from our fine sponsors, and then we'll be back for our halftime show brought to you by Holmes Auto Body and Glass in Mora.
CF Moto gives you everything you're looking for in off-road side-by-sides and utility by-sides. Not only does CF Moto offer comfort, but refined performance, and is found at Caswell Cycle in Mora. For those craving big adventures for off-road, CF Moto can help you get out on that next adventure with CF Moto Power Sports. Experience more together. The best place to purchase CF Moto off-road side-by-sides is Caswell Cycle. The fun starts here. Caswell Cycle, Mora. Motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides can be dangerous to operate. Review all product manuals, labels, and safety information before operating. Always wear your safety gear and never operate a CF Moto vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Visit CFMotoUSA.com for complete training and safety guidelines.
Did you know that at Pine City Family Chiropractic you can unwind and de-stress with a relaxing massage? Pine City Family Chiropractic is proud to offer massage therapy as an addition to your health and wellness goals. Our therapists are highly trained in many modalities from therapeutic to relaxing. Each of our therapists can customize your session to your specific needs. Call Pine City Family Chiropractic at 320-629-6717 to schedule your massage today.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
Here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch in North Branch, the area's premier indoor batting cages and training facility. State-of-the-art pitching machines for softball and baseball. Rent cages with machines or bring your own pitcher. Here's the Pitch also offers instruction from experienced players. And Here's the Pitch has enough room for coaches to bring the whole team for training. Here's the Pitch in the North Branch Outlet Mall. ECE Fiber is built by your community for your community. Work, play, and stay connected to what matters most. We offer affordable home and business packages with no hidden fees and 24/7 support. ECE Fiber, easy to use, simple to set up. That's a cooperative difference. Visit orderecefiber.com. That's orderecefiber.com today.
Pizza Pub in Pine City has a pizza and salad buffet on Fridays.
Not the right vibe. Trav and the gang at Pizza Pub are a little hipper. Here we go. Take two.
Start off your weekend right with the Friday Pizza Buffet at Pizza Pub. From 11 to 1, pile your plate high with all-you-can-eat pizza for just $12, or upgrade to pizza and salad buffet for only $16. And they're now open Friday and Saturday 11 to 11 and Sunday 11 to 9. Pizza Pub, serving fresh pizza every day of the week. Come stop in.
Pizza Pub of Pine City.
Hey there, Brad from Lee's Pro Shop here. Are you ready to show off that school pride? Lee's Pro Shop is your official letter jacket supplier, and we're here to help you celebrate every touchdown, goal, and win. We got everything you need to create a perfect letter jacket that tells your story. And for a limited time, when you come in and mention this radio ad, you get $10 off your letter jacket. That's right, $10 off. So come in, let's start to tell your story. Lee's Pro Shop, where the passion for sports begins.
Welcome back here on Nice 95.5 FM KBEK. It is now time for your Holmes Auto Body and Glass halftime show. Holmes Auto Body and Glass in Mora has over 44 years of experience getting vehicles back on the road. Plus, they have those state-of-the-art facilities. Visit Holmes Auto Body and Glass for your collision and mechanical needs. We'll go through the stats here from the first half before we get into the action. Leading the way for Royalton was Reedy, no surprise there, with 13. 5 for Wolbeck, 2 for Radeski, 1 for Ward. 6 rebounds for Wolbeck to lead the team. They had 5 steals, 1 block, and 5 fouls. On the other side for the Milaca Wolves, leading the way was Annabelle Goffman, also with 13. Then you had Kylie Johnson and Madison Goffman, each with 6. 6 rebounds for Annabelle Goffman to lead the team. They had 3 steals, 1 block, and 7 team fouls. So, Andy, impressions here from the first half, because it was kind of a tale of two halves of a first half almost.
Yeah, it was definitely kind of a little bit of a different first half than I think we're probably used to seeing. I think part of it does have to do with Milaca played a zone defense. I think that they did that consciously to try to, when you're playing ball-on-ball defense or on-ball defense, it's going to take a little bit more out of you. And I think that the decision to play the zone defense was kind of we're going to run our 5 starters all game long. Yeah, we're gonna try to limit how much we're gonna go to the bench, not to take anything away from Bolt and Bachhoven, but especially against Royalton, we're gonna need a little bit of scoring. We're gonna need a little bit of consistency. We want to try to keep some of those girls out there, And I think that's probably why they went with that defense. I would anticipate in the second half, we're going to see a little bit more on-ball defense, especially in the, I don't know if you want to call it the fourth quarter, but the second half of the second half. After about maybe 6-7 minutes, if they don't start ball on the ball, I would anticipate them changing to that. The other thing that really stood out to me in the first half, you look at the leading scorers, of course, Annabelle Gothman's going to be right there. Madison Gothman has 6 points but missed 3 threes. But otherwise, Kylie Johnson with 8 points. A big first half for her. But I think that the biggest thing that stood out to me offensively is it felt like Milaca was trying to be very, very deliberate with, we're going to run our entire offense. We're going to try to get everybody involved. And if it breaks down or we start running low on the shot clock, some of the big shooters are going to be able to take the ball over and be able to, and that's where a lot of the buckets came, especially for Annabelle, was late in the shot clock and something like that. But otherwise, there was a very concerted effort to, like, all right, Johnson's going to take some shots. Taylor she was 0 for 4, but all 4 of them were good looks.
Yeah.
Again, like I said before, not every good shot falls and not every bad shot misses. But they're doing they're really trying to, all 5 of the starters are getting the opportunity to be able to do something, which is forcing Royalton to have to defend everything on the court. And I think that that's giving some confidence to the rest of the Milaca girls, and I think it's going to serve them well in the second half. All right, now we got a little bit more. We can kind of lean on a couple, 2-3 people. But if we need to kick it out, Taylor's not afraid to shoot that one. No. Johnson's going to cut to the basket. There's going to be other opportunities when Royalton starts to, because they're going to start pinching and start leaning another direction.
I want to welcome any listeners who have tuned in to KBK from the Bram game over there on Anthem Country. That was called by Joe Lattimore. Bram winning that one 67-39, so they're headed to their section semifinal. They beat them 67-39, so I want to welcome all you listeners in who have tuned into this game. This is a good game so far, 25-23. Wolves up at the half in this Section 6AA quarterfinal game. The Wolves looking to punch their ticket once again to the semifinal and even further, but again, a rematch from last year. This team, Milaca, beat Royalton. At the time, Royalton was undefeated, and Milaca kind of took care of things in the first half. Second half was a lot closer, but they still got to the championship game over Royalton. This year a little bit different, but man, oh man, it has been a fun one to watch. Andy, we've seen a little bit of chippiness at the end of that first half, and that's okay to see a little bit of it there. You want to make sure you keep it under control, but as we go forward here into the second half and getting prepped, what are maybe a key or some of the keys you want to see from Milaca to maybe, I think you mentioned them a little bit, but to start pulling away?
I anticipate to see a little bit more on-ball defense, especially on Reedy. I think their most consistent player in the first half, even though she only had 5 points, but she had 6 rebounds, was Haley Wolbeck. But she was part of that, getting a little bit of frustration because they're collapsing on her and they're trapping on her pretty good. And so for her to keep her head is going to be a huge factor for Royalton. But I think for Milaca, eliminate Reedy from the conversation. Everybody else is doing some stuff. They're shooting, they're getting rebounds, they're doing some of that stuff. But you take a look at the offensive rebounds, tied at 13 in the first half, but Royalton is out-rebounding Milaca 5-3 on the offensive glass, and really the only offensive rebounds that Milaca had was a couple of them that Annabelle was able to corral. So not a ton going on the offensive glass. They're going to have to do a little bit better job, yes, on their own offensive glass, but limiting what Royalton's going to get from second chance points, because Royalton scored on almost every single opportunity they have. Turnovers are also 6-4. They're going to have to force more turnovers from Royalton and then keep track of the ball on their side, which I feel like you talked about the tale of two halves. They had a lot of turnovers to kind of start the game. They limited them as the game went along.
It'll be very interesting to see how these two set the tone as we come out for the second half of action. Andy, how early would Haas go to the bench here, if at all?
I feel like a lot of that is going to have to do with foul trouble, to be perfectly honest. I think if they come out with on-the-ball defense, once they change to on-the-ball, they're going to have to bring in both Bolt and Bakoven. But if Tesh somehow ends up with getting her fourth foul, she'll be on the bench until probably about 7 minutes. But I think that's going to be the big key, is that foul trouble. Again, Gothman does have 2, but it's only 2, and we do have an entire half to work with. So if she gets 2 more, that's still only 4. You're totally fine.
Yeah.
But if they pick up an early foul, you'll see that a little bit more. Otherwise, I would anticipate these starters being out there for the bulk of it until they go to like a on-the-ball defense.
So the second half, we'll see Royalton start with the ball. They will go east to west, so they'll be scoring on the west basket, while the Wolves will go west to east. They'll be scoring on the east basket. Meanwhile, here is Reedy. She gives on this near side now. She'll kick back outside. That nearly stole. It is going to be stolen away by Tegan Taylor. So I said she almost had it, and then she was able to pull it in, taking it all the way to the basket, unable to drop it in. Rebounded by Johnson, and then it's stolen away by Reedy. Well,
good aggressive play. Again, kept that ball out there, and good quick hands by Taylor to knock it away, but just couldn't finish.
Meanwhile, here's Reedy. That was blocked. I think that was Tesh who got yet another block, and then it was taken away by Madison Gothman. And here comes Annabelle. Annabelle driving the lane. Wanted to go outside to Madison. Instead, we'll go to Johnson. Johnson has a little bit of a pocket of room, but she's instead going to go to Madison, and they'll kind of get a set going. Madison going to try and drive. She'll kick back to Tesh. Tesh will take the shot. I like the shot just off the mark and racing for the rebound. You bet it's going to be one of the Gothmans with the rebound. A three here from Tegan Taylor. That's off the mark, and it's rebounded by Wolbeck.
Oh, and then Wolbeck gets the old Ken Herbeck not pushed.
Wow, what a play
Royalton
there.
is kind of losing their mind a little bit, but Wolbeck lost her balance in the vicinity of one of the Gothmans.
Yes, yes, that is exactly. So it is going to be turnover, but they're going to almost turn it back over because she just gets that in front of the 5-second mark. Meanwhile, this shot is no good. Madison Gothman with another rebound. She'll take it out, reset things at the top of the key, kick over now to Annabelle, now to Taylor. Taylor to Annabelle, and Annabelle will look. She'll look possibly for a screen. Instead, she's going to try and drive the lane. She kicks back to Madison. Madison, 5 to shoot. She wanted to go from 3. Instead, it'll be Taylor. Taylor, good.
There we go. I was going to say 0 for 5 to that point, but they've all looked good. And so it's good to have her be able to get one. I hope that keeps that confidence in her for the rest of the way.
Let's hope so, because she can do that a lot. Meanwhile, here's Annabelle Gothman with the steal on Wolbeck. She takes it all the way, lays it in for 2. I don't know if there's any doubt on a fast break like that she's going to drop it in.
I talked a little bit about going on the ball and getting that pressure. Turnovers are already 4-1.
Wow.
We're not even a couple minutes into the second half, and Royalton has many turnovers as he did in the entire first half.
Madison almost getting another one there on Reedy. Ooh. Oh, they're going to get Madison for the hold.
Ooh, I thought that she had the ball, but
I was going to say the same.
It's just her first, though.
Yeah.
Annabelle's the one that has 2, so it's just her first.
Either way, they're still getting their hand on the ball when Royalton really believes that they don't have a chance, but that's just Milaca. That's kind of their MO. Meanwhile, here comes Reedy. She's going to try and work this ball inside a little bit more. That pass was blocked. It's going to be stolen away by Madison Gothman. 5-1.
Got inside and just knocked away by Tesh.
Annabelle hard to the basket. She draws the foul. She'll go to the line and shoot 2. That is on Wolbeck. That's her 4th, Andy.
You know, we will understand this as radio people, but if you look at like a soundboard, there's all sorts of little knobs and everything like that. Right now, Coach Haas has grabbed about 6 of them and turned them up about 3 notches in so many different spots. The on-the-ball defense, the fast break, Annabelle Gothman, Madison Gothman, everybody's just amped up a little bit more already here.
You can really tell they have turned this up, like you just said, a notch or 2. Annabelle will miss the second, but she made the first. It was rebounded by Wolbeck. Andy, interesting, Wolbeck's staying in there.
She's already, they are being very aggressive. You can see kind of the look on her face.
Yeah.
A little bit of a look of frustration, a little exasperation. And it's already, becoming an 8-point ball game, and now we got something from one of the officials. I don't know that, not sure what happened here.
I don't know if this is a clock thing, if this is a scoreboard.
It's something up on the scoreboard.
A clock. They put 1 more second back on the shot clock. Made it 26 instead of 25.
Critical.
Yes.
We got it figured out.
Meanwhile, here comes Reedy off the inbound. She gets a screen, but Tesh is right there, so she can't do anything with it. Now underneath. She almost lost it. Tesh and Gothman there again, and Reedy was into a trap, and their coach realized it, and he says, nope, we need to call timeout to get ourselves out of that.
And that was a great trap, and what I really liked about that one, I believe that it was Johnson that came down, had a chance to reach at that ball, but it's like, nope, I'm going to step back, and then at that point, Reedy had nowhere to go with that because that was going to be her outlet. She's like, I got a triple team, I got a little kick out, we got a 3. brilliant play by Johnson to nope, I got some defense here. And great not getting a foul in on that one too, but just a tremendous possession defensively there for the Wolves.
Well, when you talk about the smarts, it's just knowing where your teammates are at out on the court. It's like playing zone defense. Hey, can I come down to know my safety's going to be over top to help? That's exactly what happened there. She just knew she had defense around her to help her out. So it's just impressive. They just know exactly where the play is set up, how it should be, and meanwhile, here's Kylie Johnson, make it 6-1 on the turnovers, Andy. Johnson just got a steal.
Again, the ball is just falling the Milaca way, but they're forcing it to fall their way.
Here's Annabelle with it at the top of the key. Give to Johnson. Johnson cutting pass to Taylor. Drops it in anyway.
Oh, what a play.
And one.
Am I too far behind the basket? I don't think so.
Wow. I don't know how she dropped that in, Andy.
Especially being that far deep on the basket and being fouled. She was getting bodied up and pushed just a little bit, but had just a sliver of hope to be able to get that one through.
And she makes it a three-point play. 34-23. Well, you talk about a start to a half. You can't do much better than what Milaca has done.
Yeah, it's been just tremendous. We talked about when they turn that on-the-ball defense up, it's going to be a game changer. I didn't anticipate it to be this much.
Yeah, Reedy almost lost it again for another turnover. She was able to pull it back and get it out to someone. Now she's underneath the basket, and that one's going to fall.
What a shot by Reedy when she had Annabelle Goffman over the top trying to swat at that ball. That's a quick play there by a freshman.
Let me tell you, Annabelle was not pleased she didn't get the block either. I looked at her underneath. She clapped her hands after she missed. She was like, dang it. Annabelle has it, meanwhile, on the elbow near side. Now she'll kick. Now Tesh at the top of the key. She'll give to Madison. Madison, she'll look. Wanted to go to Tesh inside, but not much doing. She'll give to Tesh now. She'll kick top of the key. Kylie Johnson wanted the three.
That was a good look.
Yeah. Madison will drive. She lost it, and it will roll out of bounds. So that one got away from Madison just a little bit.
I'm not frustrated that she didn't take that shot, but it would have been, I think that was a good shot to take there.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, and I think she was a little worried maybe about the defender getting a block on it, but really unfortunate that Madison had that one kind of go off her leg there. Meanwhile, here's Reedy with a drive. That's not going to fall. Kylie Johnson will get the rebound, and it will send it back Milaca's way. But here comes Annabelle Goffman. She drives on the far side. Now she'll look, kick to Taylor. Tegan Taylor at the top of the key. She'll look. She'll kind of move this ball around, give to Madison. Madison gets a screen from Tesh. She wanted to go back inside.
Good kick.
Now Taylor along two. That's good.
Good ball rotation. And again, we talked about the smarts. Good court vision.
Yes. And now we're going to get a foul. This will be either Madison or Annabelle. It'll be interesting.
I think it's Annabelle or Madison.
It
is Madison.
So it's her second, team's second as well. And Andy, I was looking in the crowd here. I like to look at the crowd, see how many people are out, see who's out. We've got some celebrities here from the local listening area. One of the Axtell sisters is in attendance watching. I'm sure some of her friends from around the area, though that's pretty cool.
Section play is always fun because you get a lot of teams, whether it's alumni or even teams that have been eliminated. You start seeing a lot of the people that really are into basketball.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see them out here. Meanwhile, Royalton has it back after that ball was again knocked out of bounds. A three over the top of a defender. It's going to be no good. Tesh couldn't quite get there. It's rebounded by Megan Palash. Now Reedy with it, guarded by Madison. Reedy trying to get around her. And now back outside to Albright. Albright. Kick on the far side to Palanche. That's going to be good from three.
Too many times that they just allowed her to be able to get free.
Yeah.
She was 0 for 3 at that point, but all of them pretty good looks. Similar to Tegan Taylor, if you get good looks and you're feeling confident with it, eventually it's going to fall.
And Palanche is built more or less like a post player, but man, she has shown she can get it done from outside. But there is Annabelle Goffman with a nifty spin move inside. Drop it in for two and another foul. This is on Madison. She just picked up her third.
And this is going to be the tough part because now she has 3. And Annabelle just has 2. But they're going to switch now and put Annabelle on Reedy and try to be able to do that. I think that they wanted to try to keep that matchup till a little bit later on in the half. Again, we're starting to look at that foul trouble thing that we did last year, and Reedy has been really the key to that.
Meanwhile, the inbound was close, Andy, to being, they got it inbounded, and there is, well, I'm not going to finish my thought because Isaiah Tesh just got a block and a steal. Beautiful job there by her, but it looked funky because Woolbeck got the inbound. She handed it right back to Albright, but I didn't think Albright almost had herself established in bounds yet. Meanwhile, here's a shot missed from Milaca, rebounded by Reedy, and Royalton will come back the other way. Reedy trying to get around Annabelle. She'll put up a three. That's going to be off the mark. And right to Tesh. And Tesh, yes, there's the foul.
Great job by Azalea Tesh. You want to talk about boxing out? She was boxing out Emma Ward above the free throw line. You hold that box out until your team has the ball. She didn't do it on the previous possession, which allowed that offensive rebound. She learned from it and immediately created that rebound opportunity and the foul.
That was a beautiful. That is a textbook box out. And when teams go to teach a box out, they're going to look and just show her that. Meanwhile, I don't know how Milaca got that ball back, Andy. That was up for grabs for about 5 seconds, and it was Annabelle Gothman who wound up getting it and fouled.
It was a little cut there by Tegan Taylor, and I don't know that she made that cut with the intention of getting the ball, but there was nobody in the lane, so the pass went to her, but she looked the other direction. She never had any idea that it was there, but it ended up just casually in the hands of, again, Annabelle Gothman making a smart play, going to the basket and drawing a foul.
And after the first make from Annabelle, we're going to get a timeout called here by Milaca. We'll go ahead and hear a word from our fine sponsors, then we'll be back here at St. Ben's.
We're out here on the range today to remind you that high school trap season is almost upon us. And if you or your favorite shooter needs to get geared up, the place to go is Almost Yours Gun and Pawn. They've got the largest selection of new and used firearms, plenty of ammo for practice and competition. They've got archery gear, conceal and carry classes, and loading supplies. So if you're getting ready to head out on the range, make your first stop to Almost Yours Gun and Pawn. Whew, nice one.
Finding that missing shin guard, remembering whether it's a home or away game, getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things, like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref!
That's simple human sense.
Your local auto owner's agent is Pine Insurance Agency. Visit them at pineagency.us today. Pineagency.us.
Andy, it's sometimes hard for us to be unbiased. You, a Milaca alum, watching this team play. Last year, you got to see them make it to the section championship. And even though we may be years removed from our high school days, there's still a little bit of pride there.
Not that many years. Come on now.
No, of course, you're not a day over 21, right?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Meanwhile, Annabelle Gothman makes only one of two there. It was rebounded here by the Royals. They'll bring it back up the other direction. Now here's Palanche. She'll go inside to Ward. Ward trying to find somewhere to go with it. She does find Palanche at the top of the key now. Kicks near side to Albright. That pass inside trying to go to Woolbeck, but there's Annabelle Gothman knocking it away.
Great cut by Woolbeck, but an even better play. That's that football mentality that I can still get there. Just because you got somebody that has a step in front of you, you can still get there and be able to get a piece of that.
Inbound, they'll find Palanche. Palanche now over, trying to go underneath to Woolbeck. Woolbeck back outside, almost stolen away, got through a couple of hands. Palanche, top of the key for three. Oh, banks it in.
I didn't hear a call bank, doesn't count.
31 now for Royalton, but the Wolves still lead 39-31. Annabelle Gothman has the pass from Taylor. She's at the top of the key, slowing things down just a little bit, giving a good look at the defense. She'll now give to Taylor. Taylor on the elbow near side, kicks to Johnson, now back to Annabelle. Annabelle will look. She wanted to go inside to Tesh, but smart move not to pass that one. She gives instead to Taylor. Now to Johnson. Johnson with now 8 to shoot, trying to go inside to Annabelle. Good job by Annabelle coming back to the ball. This one nearly stolen away. It's going to be stolen away by Reedy. And Johnson, great defense. Now Woolbeck, and she's going to be fouled. That smart play there by Woolbeck to throw that one up, knowing she was going to get fouled.
Yeah, it's a good play there. Reedy, again, almost got herself in trouble sliding that pivot, but was able to put the brakes on. But Milaca learned from the last time and stayed right on her through that, forcing that pass.
So Woolbeck will shoot 2, and that one's good. Well, much like the first half, Andy, it seems like Milaca kind of has everything going for him, but Royalton's still right there. It's 39-33 now.
Royalton's a good ball club. Like, let's not kid ourselves. They were able to come back and make this one a last-second shot type of game last year. We were up to 11. Now it's down to 6 with 10 minutes to go. Royalton's a quality club. They're not going to just let you run away with it.
Madison Goffman. Oh, somehow that one did not fall. Annabelle couldn't quite grab the rebound. It's into the hands of Palanche. And Royalton has it back. And this could be a big possession here for Royalton. They could get this down to 3. And it won't be 3, but it will be 4 after that 2 from Wolbeck. So 39-35 all of a sudden. And, man, they haven't gotten cold yet, I wouldn't say, but they've left a few too many points on these last few possessions out there, have the Wolves. Here's Madison with it. She'll kick to Annabelle. There's a 3. That's going to be too long, but Tegan Taylor's right there for the rebound and couldn't get it to fall. It's rebounded by Wolbeck.
You got to have that shot right there.
Now here comes Reedy, almost stolen away by Annabelle. And she'll try and drive on this near side, and here's a kick to Bethany Palanche. That's going to be no good, but rebounded by Megan. And now a 3 from Reedy. Good.
Oh, wow. That's from way downtown.
Well, yeah, now we're going to get a timeout by Milaca. And that's about the exact opposite of what you could have if you were Milaca, because now all of a sudden momentum has completely changed hands.
And I don't know if you can hear it through the mics, but it is now getting loud, and you wanted to try to prevent that before you allowed the crowd to get into it. And now we got 8:51, race to the finish.
It really is, and for Milaca, I think their confidence has taken a little bit of a hit because of some of these fouls that they've got. You've seen Madison a couple of times when she's gotten those foul calls. She was kind of pretty upset with herself, just not pleased with the foul call, and then she's missed some shots here in the second half as well. So I think there is a little bit of confidence right now that they just need to regain.
They need to regain the confidence, and they need to figure out a way to be able to shake the confidence of Royalton. Again, I give Royalton a ton of credit because after starting the half the way they did, 5-1 turnovers, giving up some offensive rebounds, being down 11, 12 points, it would have been easy to fold up shot at that point in time. But now we still got a 1-point ball game.
8:40 to go in this half. And the Wolves still lead. Wolves, it's Madison Goffman, kick over to Johnson, now to Annabelle. Annabelle will put it up over the defender. I don't know if it got tipped or not, but
looked like it was.
Tesh is going to get the rebound, plus she got fouled. Nice job there by Tesh. It's going to go. Kalash will pick up her first. Team's 5th.
Thought for sure we are going to have a jump ball on that one. It was in the area of a jump ball, but.
Surprised that we didn't. Tegan Taylor will inbound to Goffman at the top of the key. Now inside to Tesh. They're going to try and give it to a cutting Goffman, and she puts up a 2. No good. And it just continues here for Milaca. Royalton with the rebound. It was, Wolbeck. So now all of a sudden, Royalton can take the lead. And I think this would be maybe the first. Oh, and then Kylie Johnson's going to get called for the foul on the attempted block.
I think she did get a little bit of the arm, but it looked like a lot of ball on that one.
Yeah, it was close. So now at the line to shoot 2 is Bethany Palanche. First one, no good. Well, now you're okay because now all Royalton could do is tie it with this one.
Bethany Palanche, an 8th grader here for this Royalton squad.
Young team. That one's good, though. So we're tied at 39, and, man, this is one of those where if you're Milaca, this could turn into a snowball, and all of a sudden you could be down by 11. So they need to figure out something offensively. Even if it's just a simple layup for 2, they need to score. Nice pass inside to Tesh. Through contact. Couldn't quite get it to fall. Now, I know it's through contact, but, man, would have Milaca liked to have seen that one go down.
And that's what we've seen here now in the last couple of minutes. And that's what I worry about a little bit are the legs starting to get tired. They played the entire first half. We haven't seen anybody go to the bench. Our shot's starting to come up a little bit short and a little bit off as that one rims out as well.
Yeah, that one's no good. And to be fair, I'm going to give Tesh a little bit of a break. She has not been able to shoot the ball a lot today, though. These are some of her first shots. That one's going to fall, so they retake the lead by 1. 40-39 is our score. Reedy, you can tell she's starting to feel it because she's starting to get around Annabelle Gothman pretty easily. Bethany Palanche, that's going to be no good. Rebounded here by Tesh.
What an absolutely tremendous move there by Reedy. Not often you see Annabelle Gothman get just blown away and left in the dust.
Oh, what a screen by Tesh to Madison Gothman, and she still couldn't get it to fall. Reedy will come up with the rebound, and Andy, I know it's simple, it's easier said than done, but they just got to have those. They got to. Meanwhile, here's Palanche, guarded by Tesh, had it poked out. Tesh being a little bit more aggressive now. Now Wolbeck, guarded by Annabelle Gothman. And not going to get that one to fall. It's going to wind up in the hands of Madison for the rebound.
Good, strong defense, but trying not to reach in. You can definitely see how the fouls are starting to affect the aggressive nature.
Reedy falls, and Annabelle could not get it in. Another miss here for Milaca. And you said it. I'm just going to echo it. I think there's a little bit of fatigue setting in for Milaca right now.
And I think at this point in time, you look at the timeouts. Being that there's 3 timeouts left, I think that Coach Haas is going to have to start using timeouts as rest breaks.
And they got Tesh for a foul. I think Palanche more or less tripped over her feet. Yeah, I'm going to respectfully disagree on that one. I think it was more she just kind of tripped over the feet of Tesh, initiating that contact. But that's just me because this is a local team. And, she threw it in off of Johnson. Annabelle's going to get their third, excuse me.
And now we've seen before how Wolbeck had the frustration. Right there after that one, Annabelle was looking the other direction, but she kind of gave a little bit of a stare down there. All of the confidence in the world is on the Royalton sideline.
Well, Wolbeck missed that one. So, that's a plus for Milaca. Milaca is going to call a timeout, and they needed one. We'll be back after a timeout as well.
Eat better, buy more, spend less is more than a slogan at Chris's Food Center. From fresh produce to top quality meats and prime rib dinner served every Friday night. Visit Chris's Food Center in Sandstone or check out their weekly deals at chrissfoodcenter.com.
The anytime for anyone that's got a little of everything for that special someone. Northern Bloom and Gifts in Sandstone. Northern Bloom carries handmade, one-of-a-kind gifts. And whether you want to pick up a bouquet of flowers on the way home or have them delivered to the ones you love, think Northern Bloom and Gifts in Sandstone.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM KBK, the Wolves, they still lead by 1, Andy. But, man, what a turnaround for the Royals here in this second half. It was all Milaca in the first part. It's been all Royalton since, but I tell you what, Andy, my heart can't take too much more of this, man. I have had 3 days in a row of games that have either gone overtime or right up to the end. I can't do it anymore.
And we talked on the way over here that, the last handful of games that I had, 3 out of the last 4 went to overtime in hockey. And I figured, maybe we'll cancel each other out. Maybe we both have it. No, apparently we're just going to get good games. So we're going to have to try to work 3 straight games in tight quarters.
I'm going to need to see my doctor after today. Oh, my goodness. So Wolbeck makes the second. So we're tied again at 40. And this will be interesting to see what the Wolves have done out of the timeout. Well, here's Madison. She'll kick over to Taylor. And we do see Bakoven into the game. So
my watch just told me to relax. Apparently I'm stressed.
Meanwhile, here is Annabelle now over to Bakoven. Bakoven to Taylor, to Johnson, to Madison. 10 seconds to shoot.
Shoot that.
Yeah, she's not going in. Instead, trying to give inside to Taylor. Oh, she did not save it. Oh, she did get it off of the defender.
I was going to say, I don't know how she saved that one. I wanted her to shoot that, but it was an even better pass.
Yeah, it was a really good pass. Taylor just couldn't quite reel it in. And, she has Annabelle on that far side. I don't know why she went there. Yeah, and Madison couldn't do anything. Reedy with the steal and 2, and Madison had to back off. She's got 3. She understood there's too much time left for her to get a 4th.
Under 2 minutes, you probably get after that one, but with 5:38, it's too early.
Yeah, and Taylor, I think, misread the defense there. She had Annabelle on the far side wide open, Andy. Just being too aggressive, I think. Meanwhile, here are the Wolves, and they're okay with this, Andy, but they have taken a lot of time with their possessions, and now they got 3 to shoot, and Madison's not in a good spot. Luckily, they're going to... Whoa!
Where? Is it a moving screen on Johnson?
Where? No, they're going to call Annabelle?
I didn't see it.
Whoa.
I didn't see it.
Oh my goodness. That's a missed call right there. That is a missed call. And now Annabelle has 4. Well, now we talk about a really dangerous spot. And, oh my goodness, Wolbeck probably should have gotten her 5th there. There's a lot of contact. Give outside Reedy. She has to pull it down, but here's a 3. That's going to come up well short. Fight underneath. Wolbeck couldn't get it in time, so it's out of bounds. It will go back to the Wolves. Man, oh man, and it looks like we're going to get Tesh back into the game with 4. Who will she come in for? It looks like Bachhoven.
Bachhoven, I mean, it's not a bad time to take Bachhoven. You want to try to kind of keep that rotation a little bit. But on the attempt to save that one, when she threw it back in, she threw it kind of off of the forehead of Bachhoven. So you kind of want to give her a second to kind of like shake the cobwebs out, see if there's anything there at all.
So here is Annabelle Gothman. This game is completely turned on its head. They'll give it now to Tesh. Tesh going to try and drive through contact, gets it up, no good, but she goes to the line to shoot 2. And here's something of note. Now, there's 17 fouls now for Royalton. That one, I believe, is going to go on Ward, her 2nd. But there was something you mentioned. Wolbeck has 4 fouls. Milaca might need to kind of pinpoint that defensively and trying to get her to be more aggressive, because you had said it. You get her out of this game, that changes everything.
Absolutely, and right now Royalton's doing a very good job. They put her on Taylor Bachhoven, who's not a tremendous threat offensively, to try to be able to eliminate that. But Milaca's going to have to figure out a way to be able to get some sort of pick and roll or a switch to be able to attack her and try to be able to get her out of the game.
Meanwhile, give now Wolbeck underneath. She'll give outside to Albright. Albright looking on the far side there to Palanche. That ball was tipped, stolen away by Taylor. Nice job. So that'll help. And Madison Gothman to the basket plus the and 1. And now that can swing things back in Milaca's favor, Andy.
If nothing else, you get a chance to be able to take a little bit of a deep breath. That is only 8 points for Gothman right now. So you at least can, okay, now we go.
Yes. So now Madison will get to the line and try and make it a 3-point play. But that fast break was huge. Ooh, that one going to miss, though. Still big, despite the missed free throw, but it's still a 1-point difference. Wolves with the lead. Give on this near side to Albright. Albright back to Reedy. Reedy looking. There's nothing doing inside. She'll kick now back to Albright. Albright.
That's a good seal there. Ward got herself set. Ward did a great job there on Azalea Tesh, but Azalea Tesh being able to get around that edge and force now an errant pass going out of bounds. That's great work by the youngster for Milaca, because Ward, I thought, had a really good-looking seal.
I was watching that the whole time, and I thought to myself, what a good play there from Tesh, and that should help, and it did. Like Andy mentioned, it forced an errant pass. So now, here's Madison Gothman. She'll drive to the basket, kick over to Annabelle on this near side corner.
That was Ole defense there by Wolbeck on that far side. She found herself one-on-one and just, nope, go ahead.
So Annabelle, will give it to Johnson, and there's a foul. That's going to go on Reedy. So that'll be her, third?
Third now, yeah.
So,
but we are into the bonus, so if nothing else, it is going to be free throws. We talked before about how critical free throws are. Well, we got a 1-point ball game.
But if she's able to hit both, that's going to change things. And not able to hit that one, but there's Kylie Johnson. She puts it back for 2.
What a great job there by Kylie Johnson as it just kind of collapsed in front of her. Nobody was on that side, and she just put it back up in it nice and easy.
Timeout by Royalton. They're saying, hey, we're sensing a little momentum shift in hands. We need a timeout to talk. We're going to catch our breath here a little bit. We'll be back after a word from our fine sponsors.
Arrow Building Center in Siren is your leading name throughout the Midwest with trusted brands for your building supplies and services. Arrow Building Center has been providing contractors, homeowners, and do-it-yourselfers with quality products and expert service for all projects, big and small, for many decades. No matter the size of your next project, Arrow Building Center is at your service. And don't forget, free, yes, free delivery, always. Stop on by Arrow Building Center in Siren, conveniently located off Highway 70, or visit them online at abc-clc.com.
How do you want to be celebrated? A church service, a celebration of life in a chapel, maybe even cremation with an outdoor gathering. Many of these things can be taken care of ahead of time and can be affordable. Methvin Funeral and Cremation has the resources and expertise to help you plan ahead. Learn how you can make the decisions now that will make things easier for your family in the future. Methvin Funeral and Cremation in Mora, Hinckley, Isle, and Sandstone, or find them online at methvinfuneralhome.com.
Back here on Nice 95.5 FM KDK, 45-42 is our score. Wolves with the lead, 3:10 to go in the game. Royalton will inbound out of the timeout. It goes to Reedy. Reedy has 20 points, but also 3 fouls. Now on this near side, Albright. Albright give back to Reedy. There's a long three. She gets it there.
Reedy is absolutely feeling it here in the second half, and she's setting her feet before she's got the ball. It doesn't matter that she's well beyond the college three-point line. She is dialed in.
And that's going to be a problem for Milaca because they don't want to play too aggressive because, well, you've got a ton of players into a little bit of foul trouble. Annabelle draws the foul. Great drive there. Is that on Wolbeck?
No, I think that one's going to be on Ward.
Okay. Yeah, they do get it on Ward. I was about to say that is going to change things, but Ward is going to pick it up.
There is a fair amount of height, and that's been kind of a little bit of an advantage that Royalton has had. They have not only Wolbeck at 5'10", but Rodeski at 5'11", 6'2" for Bethany Planche, Megan Planche at 6 foot. So Ward will come out at 6 foot, and Bethany Planche at 6'2" comes in.
Meanwhile, Annabelle Gothman drops in both free throws. Those are huge at this point. You talked about that, and she makes them both. But here's Reedy. And, you know, Andy, if this comes down to another three-point shot, I don't want Reedy to get it. Because she's probably going to make it from about, I don't know, full court at this point.
At that point, she can't hardly miss.
Meanwhile, Reedy on that far side is going to get called for the travel. She slipped and fell. She wanted a foul on one of the Gothmans. The referee did not agree. I did not have a good enough vantage point at that one, Andy. I didn't quite see in time.
I didn't see it. It was kind of like right where that ledge kind of comes up on us, that deep corner there.
So the Wolves will get it back on a travel. Meanwhile, Annabelle will bring it up and give it to Taylor. Taylor, she'll shift. She'll continue to move. Give back to Annabelle. Annabelle will look. She'll take it at the top of the key. She looked to Madison in that far side corner. Now she'll give the Tesh. Tesh back over to Johnson. Johnson looking, finding Taylor.
Ooh, dangerous pass.
Yeah, it was. And now Madison on the far side, pulling up a jumper. It's
there
good.
There we go. That's what you like to see out of Madison Gothman. That little mid-range jumper is her calling card. That and Honey Badger defense.
Yes. Honey Badger defense from Annabelle Gothman. Here's a no. She's going to pull it down to Albright. Probably the smart move there. Now Wolbeck. Wolbeck trying to drive. Had that one nearly poked out by Johnson. Back over to Reedy. Reedy wanted to drive inside. Had to pull it back down. And now the kick on the far side to Megan Planche. And now the outside kick here to Bethany Planche. That falls right into the hands of Wolbeck, and Johnson going to get the foul.
Johnson kind of let Wolbeck sneak right underneath her there, and Wolbeck did a great job getting in a good position for a corner three, be able to come away with that one.
So Johnson, her fourth, team's ninth, and Wolbeck will shoot two. First one's good. And this one good as well. And now it's a 2-point difference here with about a minute to go, 49-47, 1:10 exactly left in this game. What a way to start off the day for 6AA, Andy.
Everybody's looking right now at the two Gothmans, but I'd like to see confidence in a three from Johnson or Taylor here in this possession.
Well, here's Tesh driving, nearly stolen away by Reedy, but she knocks it out of play. 54 seconds to go, and these 54 seconds could wind up being another 10 minutes, Andy, the way this one has gone. This one far from over.
I'm cool, I'm calm, I'm relaxed, I'm fine.
Meanwhile, here's the inbound pass to Taylor. Taylor will give to Annabelle Goffman. Being more patient, trying to take some time off the clock. Madison had it poked for a second. 5 seconds to shoot. Now give to Annabelle. Annabelle, turnaround jumper. Oh, man, I thought it was going in, but no good. Wolbeck will get the rebound. Here we go. This is going to be a big possession. Shot clock, game clock separated by about 4 seconds. Reedy and company try and go inside to Wolbeck and get it. Ooh, kick
There's
ball
a kick.
here.
I've seen it. I didn't hear the whistle. I'm like, hey.
So Milaca gets a foot on the ball.
Possession arrow, just so you know, favors Milaca.
That's big. 26 seconds, 25. Albright being very careful with this ball.
Get up on her.
Give to Wolbeck. Now out to Reedy. That's one you don't want to be left open here. Now to Albright. And we're going to get a timeout by Royalton.
Note they have 9 seconds remaining on the shot clock. We got 13.6 overall, but 9 seconds. They're going to have to do something quick out of the timeout.
They certainly are. We'll keep it here. Don't want to miss anything. Lord knows that this would be the one full timeout. Both teams will come out after 25 seconds. But this has been a phenomenal game, and not for my heart, but for just basketball terms. It's been a fun one, but it's been kind of similar in each half. You see the first half of the first half was all Milaca. Second half of the first half was kind of even. It was all Milaca in the first 7-8 minutes of this second half. And then it's been all Royalton. Now it's been kind of evened up, but my, oh my. The final 13 seconds, and it's now a 2-point game, Andy. So a 3 would put Royalton ahead.
And now we're starting to face a very similar situation to what we had last year. We were on the other side, and they were shooting right at us. Yeah. Now they're on this side, and they're shooting right at us. We're going to have a pretty good view of any type of shot that's going to either try to tie or take the lead here for Royalton. And I would be willing to bet this is pulling out all the stops type of on-the-ball defense right now.
Well, just remember, for the Wolves, they have 3 players with 4 fouls. This shot, no good! Madison with the rebound. Did she get fouled?
She did get fouled. It's going to be a little reach there by Pulaski, or by Palash. She was a whisker away from being in the open court and being able to run up court and being able to probably just about kill this one. Now we got some critical free throws.
Wow. Yeah, if you're Madison, you're probably saying to yourself, dang it. You need to get out. But here we go. Now she gets 2, though. She does get 2. That's good.
And that's a big one right there, because now even a made shot on a 3 is just a tie. This one, just as critical, because then it's a 2-possession game.
I don't know about you, Andy. I can't breathe.
Senior leadership right there at the free throw line.
What 2 big free throws. Here we go. Reedy, they're going to just let her go. That's going to be no good, and that will just about do it. Wolbeck going to pick up the foul.
They did blow a whistle, so I think they're going to maybe hold on to it. But Wolbeck was kind of holding off for a little bit, because at a 4-point ball game, fouling, you're not going to be able to do a whole lot.
No.
There was the foul. It was about a second and a half on it. I understand, maybe just let it go.
Yeah, they're going to.
Nope, they are going to wave it out. Yep, the officials are going to. I liked it. They got together. They talked about it. And I think that Royalton was also acknowledging, like, no, it's fine. It's a second left. They got 2 free throws. It's a 4-point ball game. It's a 2-possession ball game. Unless you have between 5 and 10 seconds, you're not going to get 2 possessions out of it from the other end of the court.
Well, that is going to do it for our first game. Wow, it came down to the end once again, but the Wolves get the victory, 51-47. We'll go ahead and get a little bit of a post game while we have time in between games, Andy. So let's
think we might get a chance to talk to Coach Haas. We'll have to wait and see, but it's going to be kind of while warm-ups are happening for the next game.
Right. So it might be on a different station. We'll try and keep it here. We've got another game coming up after this that we've got to get onto another stream link and another station, so we will try and do our best. There was 21 points for Annabelle Gothman, 12 for Madison, 8 for Taylor and Kylie Johnson, and then we got 2 for Tesh as the Wolves lead, or get the victory, over the Royalton Royals here. Taking a look at some of the rebound stats, 7 for Kylie Johnson. She leads the team. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 steals in the second half for a total of 10. 3 blocks total, 2 coming in the second half. All 3 came from Azalea Tesh. They had, an 8, 9 total fouls in the second half, or what would be a total of just under 20. So what a half here by, what a game, really, not just a half. And Andy, resiliency, I think, is the word that comes to mind. Royalton, for all intents and purposes, this should have been their half.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, and you use that word. It's a brilliant word to be able to use because it applies to both teams. Royalton got down early. It was an 11, 12-point ball game. It looked like they were kind of in that area where you could maybe fold up shop, and Milaca was playing lockdown defense, getting turnovers, hitting shots, doing everything that we talked about that they needed to be able to do. Royalton shook it off. It's fine. Got a couple of turnovers of their own, started hitting some big shots, and you know what? Here we go. Let's go ahead and do it on our own and try to be able to get something going. And credit Milaca for sticking with it. I think some of their schedule, the tougher teams they played, the stuff that they had last year, I think that led to being able to get them into a situation where we're not going to panic in a tight situation like that.
We are going to go ahead and get an interview here with our player of the game and Coach Haas, I believe. We will get our player of the game and Coach Haas and Andy Beckstrom. I'm going to let him take over. He's the Milaca guy, so we'll go ahead and let him do it. This is his talent, so we'll get our player of the game and Coach Haas.
Try to be able to talk to one of the two here, and as Pine City and Legacy start getting warmed up on the court here, and we'll talk a little bit here with Annabelle Gothman, and first and foremost, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
How did it feel from your perspective on the court?
It felt like a blur, just got my 4 fouls and just trying to stay positive for the team and help them stay in it to win it. So.
As the game went along, it felt like the first half was you were going to play some zone, try to kind of keep the legs a little bit, try to manage the game to a certain extent, and really have a concerted effort to get everybody involved. Was that kind of the game plan in the first half especially?
Yeah, it was. Because, our bench isn't that deep, so we just wanted to make sure that in the second half our legs were good so we could finish it off.
What do you want to say also about what Royalton had? The way you guys started in the second half, we talked about it. You ramped everything up in the second half. All of a sudden you're up 10, 11, 12 points. But Royalton coming back on that one, making it a ballgame.
Yeah. They're a great team. They fight till the end, so we had to just make sure that we fought to the end too. So we just played together and stuff like that, and, we pulled it off.
Great game, and looking forward to the next game with you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you joining us here. We'll pass it over to Coach Haas and talk a little bit here during the post game with him. And Coach Haas, I'm sure you're probably in a similar situation like us. Now we get a deep breath for a second.
Yeah, no doubt. This game, we got cold there for about 5-6 minutes, and we couldn't hit a shot. But we were playing great defense to keep them down. That's one thing that won this game is the defense.
We talked a little bit with Annabelle about it, but I'll give you a second before we focus all in on Milaca to maybe touch on what Royalton had. They were down 10, 12 points. You guys had everything dialed up to 11 to start the second half. On the ball defense, hitting shots, getting turnovers, everything. But they were able to come back and still make it a game.
Yeah, the one thing that happened I noticed is, like I said, we were getting cold, and it seemed like the ball was bouncing their way. Whenever there was a loose ball, it seemed like it ended up in their hands. And those are one of those things that you just got to fight through. And hopefully that Royalton didn't get too excited, but they had a good comeback, and they fought hard the whole game.
We talked a little bit about at halftime, it felt like the first half was kind of we're going to try to get everybody involved. I think it still had 13 points for Annabelle, but trying to get everybody really a concerted effort to be involved in the first half and play that zone defense to maybe kind of save some legs, and then the second half to really ratchet it up. Was that kind of the thought process?
Yeah, we try to keep everything even. We got the Goffman sisters, and everybody's going to be concentrating on them, so we have to focus on our other strengths. And in the second half, Haley had 4 fouls, so we were like, well, let's take it at her as much as we can, because she's not going to try. She wouldn't want to foul out, so it was the best we could to try to take it at her.
The second half, the way that kind of played out, when it started coming down, were you kind of looking at the clock, trying to kind of manage fouls? You're starting to see, the 4 fouls on Azalea, the 3 fouls on both Annabelle and I think both of the girls there. And was that kind of trying to figure that out, but it seemed to work out? What was the message in the huddle?
A message in the huddle, like when Azalea's out there, Maddie, let me go back to Azalea. She's an aggressive player. She's young, but she's aggressive, so trying to keep her at bay when she has 4 fouls is kind of a task. But Maddie, she's a senior. She knows when she's in trouble or whatever, so she kind of takes care of herself. I don't really need to say too much to her.
Was the last timeout was kind of the message, don't give up a 3 and double team Reedy?
Basically, yeah. I mean, the girls playing, they know who's who out there, so it's kind of like just go out there, do your thing, play smart, and get those rebounds.
Well, Coach, I appreciate you joining us, and congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
Coach Hodge joining us here during the post game, and congratulations out to the Milaca Wolves and everything they had going on tonight, and being able to, I don't know if hold on doesn't seem like the right way to be able to phrase it. They went and they got it. They still got it. They played great defensively and created those turnovers, but we mentioned it, even Coach Haas kind of talked about it a little bit, that all of a sudden they kind of went cold a little bit. The shots that they've always hit weren't falling, but they were able to do what they needed to do, and that's the glorious thing about a team like this. We're going to beat you with defense. We're going to beat you with shooting. We're going to beat you with the mid-range. We're going to beat you with pick and roll. And they had so many different things that they could kind of turn to, be able to still kind of, like I said, hold on is not the right phrase, but at the same time, that's kind of what happened.
Yeah, they did just such a great job. And again, everything just kind of, they had it all going for them. But then Royalton just came on and started to pile on. We saw momentum shift hands. We saw that it looked like Milaca, kind of felt a little dejected, but man, they did such a great job of turning that around, doing what they needed to do to get the points that they needed to have late, and then just playing really solid defense. So a great win here for the Wolves, and they will be moving on to the semifinal to play the winner of our next game, which unfortunately, I know not a long post game, which I like to do, but we're going to have to go ahead and kick it to our next game. So for any of you who are listening to this game, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Thanks to all of our fine sponsors. If you want to listen to more Section 6AA basketball, tune in once again here on 106.5 FM AM 1350. That's going to do it for this game, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a great rest of your afternoon.